Yo, what up everybody? ETA on the EUC. It's September 9th. It's currently 6:53. I'm just starting. It's even late for me. I just got distracted and shit and came out a little later. Anyway, the goal for today is 200. I know it's late, but I'm willing to stay out till like in the morning and past, like maybe 3 or 4 even if I have to. It's the weekend, so it's still possible, I think, to get 200, even though it is kind of slow lately. However, college came back like a week, maybe a week and a half ago. It's felt busier than what it's been. So I think college being back is gonna start bringing some more orders in. It is September, fall's right around the corner as well. And now college is back, so maybe things will start picking up now, we'll see. Anyway, this is your first time watching the channel, welcome. On this channel, basically I do food deliveries for UberEats, GrubHub, DoorDash on electric unicycles, preferably the Sherman Max. Yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so there is a couple things I wanted to discuss before we get started. The first thing is GrubHub shut down my scheduling for blocks because they said I was abusing the system. I don't know, it's kind of like a long story, but basically they shut down my blocks, which basically gives you access to get orders when it's slow. It's like scheduling. They said I could still be active and get orders, but they shut down my blocks, so it's like my priority to get orders has lessened. And unless I talk to a representative, then, you know, it's basically permanent. However, I guess a lot of people, they get this and, you know, they talk to a representative, they get their blocks back. It's only been a couple days and they said they're gonna send me an email to let me know when or if I get my blocks back. So I'm just waiting on the email. That kind of brings me to the other subject I want to discuss, which is basically, you know, these apps are pretty manipulative, especially when it's slow. And let me try to briefly describe this. I have before, but I just kind of want to describe this again. So, for instance, DoorDash has this thing called Top Dasher, where you get priority for high-paying orders if you become a Top Dasher. And the only way you become a Top Dasher is if you have like high acceptance ratings, which means you accept like more orders than you decline. And in this instance, they want at least 70% of the orders you accept. However, that's an issue because a lot of the orders you get from these apps are like not even worth it in the slightest. Like I'm talking about like $3, $4 orders for miles on end. You're practically wasting time out here making less than minimum wage if you take those orders. So anyone with their right mind would decline those orders. So what they're trying to do, these apps, you know, they want you to take all these orders because it's more money for them and it makes their customers happier. So they're trying every tactic in the book, especially when it's slow, to get people to take these shitty ass orders. We're not employed by these companies. We're quote unquote independent contractors. And the reason we are, it gives the companies an excuse not to pay like all the employee benefits and all the other shit. So it saves the company money. You know, they don't have to make us employers. They can make us independent contractors. So we pay our own fucking taxes and all that bullshit. So it's a way for them to save money. And now on top of that, they're trying to manipulate independent contractors to take orders as if we were employees. They're trying to make us take blocks. In other words, they're trying to give us schedules like a regular fucking job. So it's pretty manipulative. If we're independent contractors and you're forcing us to take orders that we haven't assigned to, that we haven't agreed upon as independent contractors, you're forcing us to take orders or we're not gonna get orders at all. That's basically what Top Dasher is. It's a debate in some cities because other Dashers, they don't notice this Top Dasher thing. Here in Manhattan, people notice the Top Dasher, how it's affecting people, because I've had plenty of evidence to say that that's actually going on to where I'm not getting priority orders because I'm not meeting their standards of acceptance. I'm not a quote unquote Top Dasher. For instance, I'll be by someone who else is dashing on DoorDash and they'll get an order before me almost always, likely because their stats are higher than mine. I've seen them multiple times, and then right after they decline it, then they'll come to me because I'm the next in line, basically, kind of thing. And the other evidence is DoorDash has a market that's bigger than Uber, and Uber's been consistent. I've been getting orders left and right with Uber, but not DoorDash. It's literally skipping over me and going to other Dashers, right? So I'm not seeing orders. And now, why do other people in other cities say, you know, Top Dasher is a scam? It's not really going on. It's because their market isn't like our market. My market's not like their market. For instance, you know, this is speculative on my part, but I know for a fact here in the city in Manhattan, there is a lot of drivers on e-bikes. Like, it feels like it's way oversaturated. If you look around, you will see so many drivers on e-bikes. So that's kind of a question, is the market slow or is it just oversaturated? I think it's a combination of both. One, it's the summer. You know, students were gone for months on end. People are on vacation, all that other stuff. There's less people in the city. People are going out to dine instead of ordering in, so there's less demand, so it's slower. On top of that, it's probably oversaturated with people, as seen by all these bikers and stuff like that. So, you know, it's dependent on every market. And on top of that, DoorDash is doing this top dasher thing, so when it is slow and it's oversaturated, now the people that aren't top dashers aren't seeing any orders. So that's one way DoorDash manipulates the system to get people to take shitty ass orders. Now, the way GrubHub does it is they make you schedule blocks or not get orders at all. Like, if you're not scheduled with GrubHub when it's slow, you're not gonna see any orders. I mean, you might see 1 or 2 through an 8-hour shift, but that's it. And those are worth it, you know what I mean? So the way that they manipulate people to take shitty ass orders is by having them take their blocks and do high acceptance rate to even get blocks. Because they have this priority thing where it's like, depending on your acceptance and stuff like that, just like DoorDash, you get priority on which blocks you prefer. And if you're in the last priority, which is called a partner, then you get third priority on picking blocks, which means if you don't have any blocks scheduled, you're not gonna get any orders when it's slow. So in other words, you have to have a high acceptance rate to get blocks, to be scheduled to get orders, and that's how they manipulate it. And to even further manipulate it, what GrubHub does, if you're scheduled and you're not taking orders when you're scheduled on their blocks, then they will straight up take your blocks away and give it to someone else. As shown in my recent experience where they've taken away my access to schedule myself to get blocks. In other words, they've taken away my access to block myself to get orders because I wasn't accepting enough orders. I'm not savvy enough to know the legality behind that because, you know, quote unquote, we're independent contractors, we pay our own taxes, we decide on every order. We shouldn't be penalized for not taking orders. It's like saying someone wants you to do a job, but you decline that job because it's not worth it. You know, you're not employed with them, you're an independent contractor, you choose each order. And then you sign a contract and you make a contract upon each order to complete it or not, blah, 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 basically. So is it even right for them to manipulate which orders we take if we're independent contractors? That's highly manipulative. And honestly, it makes me resent these companies for doing that because they're trying to get us to take the shittiest orders when we're not employees. They're trying to treat us like employees when we're not employees. And then they punish us for not taking their shitty ass orders. You know, it's really manipulative, man. And that's the reason why I don't really respect and why I resent DoorDash. But now, after GrubHub did this to me, I kind of resent GrubHub. But anyway, I just wanted to say those two things and yeah, kind of get that off my chest. The other thing I want to discuss is the other night, it was like my last order. Something always happens on the last order. I don't know why. I hit like a huge pothole and I hit it so hard, it like knocked my front light out of socket. I'm just saying how hard I hit it. And I think it bent my rim and I can kind of feel it wobble a little bit. It's still rideable, obviously. It's not really affecting being functional. It's just, I can feel a slight wobble in it, a slight bump. I don't even know how to define it. It's like, I'm not sure if it's a bump I feel or a wobble. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say that. All right, so let's start doing orders, dude. Talked long enough. All right, I got one for $10.90, 0.9 miles, pizza. Let's go do that. And the other update was, yeah, I fixed the handle already. In my last video, basically I had an issue with the trolley handle. And at first I thought it was the rails or the metal part give me an issue, but it actually ended up being the plastic handle. There was mechanisms inside the plastic handle that broke, causing it not to put pressure on the rod to push down the pins to open up the rails. So I replaced the handle and now it's working fine. As you can see, no issues. Hi, I got a pickup for Alan. Alright, not done yet. It's kind of expected though, because I was like right by the merchant when I got the order. I had to wait like 5 minutes for that. I've already gotten like 3 orders from DoorDash, 2 or 3 orders already from DoorDash, surprisingly. Because those that have been watching my channel and probably other channels and NYC. I've noticed that DoorDash has been like non-existent lately. Unless you're a top dasher probably, but I don't know because I'm not a top dasher. But I've been waiting basically for the weather to change, something to happen, maybe like college, kids start coming back and the market changes to where DoorDash doesn't have an option but to give other people orders. So it might be changing, but it is very early for me to say that. I don't know yet. It is about 4 minutes to the drop-off going south. Thanks. Fucking hey, just got a monster order for 1966, 42 minutes, 5 miles. I'm gonna take that 5 miles for 20 bucks. It's a double. After I drop this off, I'll go there. So much for not cussing. I think I've cussed probably 5 times already without even thinking about it. Like, not even trying to. It's gonna be extremely difficult for me to like stop that. Hi, you want to pick up? Cool, thanks. So obviously, these guys let you skip the line. If you saw that line out there, if you're a delivery driver, you can just skip the line and do a pickup. Which makes sense. I've been to like pizza places that want you to wait in line to like pick up an order that's ready already. I'm like, screw you, dude. I've only seen that one time. I think the dude was just being a dick to me. So I just canceled the order. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait 20 minutes when the order's right there. You could just give it to me. Hey, you guys got a pickup for Timmy by any chance? Timmy? Yeah.
Timmy.
Little Timmy. All right, guys, thanks. So these guys basically gave me like an order that looked like it was bagged pretty shitty. Like the bag was all open and stuff like that. It just looked really unprofessional. So before I give it to the customer, I'm gonna fold the bag, make it look a little better because it looks like I went through their shit and it just doesn't look professional. And believe me, customers can be petty. They will take away a tip if they think you've been tampering with their food. So if I see an order that looks like it's been packed shitty, I just fix it real quick. All right, so the next pickup is about 6 minutes north. See, I just got an order with GrubHub, even though they cut off all my block access. I still got an order with them. If it's busy, they'll give you orders. It's a Vietnamese restaurant. Hey, I got a order for Minnie. Minnie? Yeah. Thank you. So this is probably the main reason why the order paid me $20. Because this is a huge ass freaking order, dude. But yeah, you see that bag? It looks so unprofessional. Like, all right, I'm gonna put it like that. Should be all right. So we're going all the way up to 48th. So that's about 17 minutes away. Hello. I have a food delivery for. Man, these guys did a horrible packing job on this. Look at that. Fold this, make it look a little bit more presentable here. So they just threw this in here. Right. Cool, so the next drop off is West 56th. It says about 7 minutes northwest. There it is. I've been here before. I gotta call the person. Call them? Yes. All right. So just drop that off. Let's see how long that took. Huh. All right, so it said altogether it took me 38 minutes, 46 seconds, so a little longer than I thought. But initially it said 48 minutes, right? So it took me 38 minutes, 46 seconds for $19.99. There might even be more tips later, we'll find out. Not bad, not bad. Good to see you siding. He came up to me riding like a bat out of hell, so. Go this way? Okay. It's an electric unicycle. Yeah.
Backup for how long? Like how many hours?
It's advertised 144 miles per charge. This one says about 18 minutes. Shit, it's a fucking raccoon. Fucking watch out for those fuckers, man. Rabies and shit. I've been watching too many rabies YouTube videos. See, when I roll in with the EUC, I try to turn the lights off before I come to the main window where the desk person is, because sometimes they just get confused seeing this thing and they're like, leave it by the desk. Hello, I have a food delivery for Go for it. All right, thank you. Thank you. Yep. Oh, can I roll it with me? Because that's the whole point, rolling it with me. Oh. Yeah. I just like to keep it with me at all times, that's all. Thanks, man. See, I try to like hide it sometimes when I come in here because they always want me to like leave it with them. But I think they do that because they assume that I want to leave it somewhere. Like they don't know I can roll it with me and that I want to roll it with me. Because as soon as I tell them like, hey man, it's rollable. Can I keep it with me? Because I'd rather do that, Then they're like, yeah, cool, whatever. I think they assume I'm going to leave it out over there. Have a good one. Second drop off is right here actually, so obviously not very far. All right, so it's 2:54 in the morning, 6 minutes till 3. I'm done. I don't think I hit 200, but let's find out. I'm about to do the math. Yeah, so I was only able to do 178.65, so about 179. Basically, I had $20 left to go. Unless I get a ginormous tip on these last 2 orders, which is probably unlikely, I'm not gonna hit 200, but that's all right. I'll make up for it, likely Sunday. But anyway, guys, so yeah, so I'm gonna end it here and hope you guys liked it. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. More videos like this to come. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.